Everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of boards, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron D&D, where platinum-level patrons and I get together to play Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. These Patron D&D games are not live-streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my YouTube channel, read recaps at roguewatson.com, and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. I just realized I'm staring at the map screen instead of the splash screen. There we go. Welcome to Chapter 2, Episode 9 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session I am joined by patrons Brandon, playing Bahn, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hello.
Corey, playing Lucian Drago, the dhampir Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
Hello.
Dory, playing Io, the gearforged Circle of the Moon Druid.
Hello.
Genocider, playing Kovac, the ratfolk Dawnblade Rogue.
Hello.
Stan, playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric / Bard.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls. After a long rest in Warsaw, the grateful locals helped smuggle the party south, where they could quickly reach the ruins of Castle Orzelbirg unopposed. After battling some creepy undead children and a rather surprised manticore, they spotted a pair of armored figures heading toward the ruins. The Spear Maidens, Sister Olga and Sister Doroka, had just survived a nasty ambush. Most of their party had been captured by the undead, including Sister Ilva, who possesses the holy robes the party has been seeking. The party agrees to help rescue them, but must first repel an incoming attack of ghost knights who tracked down the survivors. From their defensive position, the party unleashed a hellfire of spells and attacks from the castle ruins. Most of the conscripts fell quickly, but the Ghost Knight proved far more formidable, charging into the keep and battling the Spear Maidens. Bahn bravely cast a spell on the Ghost Knight, who turned his attention to the kobold and ran him down. The others quickly came to his aid, and together the party and the Spear Maidens defeated the Ghost Knight captain. They kept one of the conscripts alive for questioning to see what they know about the captured Spear Maidens and the nearby Dread Fortress. That is where we pick back up. So we have literally just finished this battle. And you have one still alive. I think, I'm not sure, I can't remember if he's in the webs or not.
I think he got out and Alaric ran him down with the horse.
Oh no.
I didn't run him down, but I ran him down.
Bahn, you has popped back up. I think, did you make the con save, or are you suffering a lingering injury? I actually do not remember.
I have internal injuries.
Internal injuries. I need to update that. Thank you. Oh, I did put that down there.
I have disadvantage on con checks, but I have advantage on con checks from Warcaster.
Oh.
So they'll just be flat checks.
All right.
Oh, so painful. It all hurt so bad. I selflessly put myself in danger. Must have been inspired by Sister Adelind.
You're a very brave, small one. If nobody else does, one of the Spear Maidens will walk up to you, Bahn, and cast Cure Wounds upon you. Sif's blessing be with you, brave small one.
Oh, thank you. nothing for, if not, but for the goodness of my own heart.
They are eating it up.
Alaric will bring the conscript minion back over towards the group. And Lucian, I would recommend you talk to him. I don't think you want me to do that. And I'll have the beetles kind of get up, start swarming right at the guy's feet.
But you usually do so well.
I think my little friends will be more than enough help for you. And
All right.
I want to start checking out the Ghost Knight.
All right, go ahead.
I-
Lucian.
Do me first.
Sure.
I would approach Lucian first, and I would just put my hand on his shoulder and say, we need all the information we can, so I'd like to give you a little extra, and I'll cast guidance on him before he does the interrogation.
Okay.
We know where their castle is, correct? The castle, the Dread Fortress, or no?
You.
From the Shield Maidens.
Yes. You would know the location. It is.
Okay, so that's not part of what I need to get
Right.
out of them.
I'm trying to think if just you being from the country, if you would kind of know where it is. It'd be like, it just depends on how much travel you've kind of done versus. So you'd heard of it at least. I don't know if you've ever been. But yes, the Spear Maidens would obviously know the precise location.
All right, so I guess the information I need to get out of them is their numbers and stuff like that. So
And what if he knows what they're doing with these captured shield maidens?
I'll just kind of like kick his foot and bring him to.
So what is the situation with him? Have we disarmed him? Or we obviously, but have we tied him up in any situation? Like, what is the? Go ahead.
I was gonna say perhaps Kovac and I could secure him while he's being questioned, unless Kovac is off checking out the bodies and stuff as well.
So what do you mean secure him? I'm not gonna touch him, but I'll stand by and be ready to
We're just kind of standing over him, so he's
Okay.
got nowhere to go, kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's beetles scurrying around his feet,
Mhm.
so you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
You should
You
probably check him for weapons, though.
Somebody
We'll
first
do that.
Yeah, I think we had disarmed him earlier. He had a sword and a crossbow, and all he has on him is bolts for the crossbow when you do a search.
Yeah. Well, start talking. And you'd better say that the number of prisoners is greater than we took.
Yeah, don't kill me. All right, I served Lord Dobregast before the dead came, but was either die an agonizing death in the cells or join them. I'm usually just on guard duty. I guess they just needed more forces to come out. Ah, you killed them all.
Well, not all. I'll just kind of look at him.
Yeah. He blanches. Yeah. My name's Casper.
What are your numbers? How many are back at this at the fortress?
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
It really does.
There are maybe 24 of us at any one time there, of the living and about as much of the dead. The living have watched the castle during the day and the dead at night.
Are you privy to any of their plans, or are you?
I just follow orders mostly. I usually get on cleaning duties, and like I said, they just told me to come out here and pack my weapons.
Service entrance? Any doors?
He kind of hesitates for a second. Says, and then he kind of looks like he shouldn't have hesitated.
Couple beetles go over his foot.
Okay.
Yeah. Start talking.
All right. Okay. I did hear about something. Lord Dobregast. They never did catch him. He almost looks like he's gonna swear, then he thinks better of it. The Lord, he fled when the castle fell. Fled, and rumor has it he was seen in the woods north of the village. So, a lot of us figured that there must be some kind of, one of those escape tunnels or something somewhere in the castle. I don't think the Morgowans ever found it. If anybody knows anything, it'd be the villagers. And the castle is located on a hill that overlooks the castle is called Castle Orzelbirg, and it overlooks the small, very, very small village of Orzelbirg.
Have you seen anything that we should know about that perhaps you should not have seen?
I mean, there was we don't usually get a lot of interesting stuff happening at the castle, except we did have one high-ranking ghoul from the Imperium show up a few days ago. It was the talk of the castle. What was his name? Something Shroudsy, something like that. Shroudson, yeah. I got a glimpse. When he arrived, I was at the gate. It was creepy. He was riding on this. Oh, I don't know even. It's like if you put a ghoul and a horse, or a man and a horse into a blender. Blenders don't exist. Some kind of alchemical implement. And then
that's Alaric's pre-workout.
And then killed it, and then raised it as undead. That's what he was riding on. It was scary as hell. And I don't know. He met with General Grimslade and all the heads of the castle, and it's been very shush. And then now we've been sent out on the missions about the Spear Maidens.
Why are you taking them prisoner?
Hey, could you get these beetles? Look, I really don't like bugs. I don't know. I don't know. They don't tell me. Okay, I don't like I'm alive. See, like you, I'm alive. Like I'm not. I'm pretty low ranking. I usually just watch the gate. They don't
Can
tell
I
me.
insight him on that?
Yes. See if you got like a Kaiser Soze situation here. God damn, your eyes bore into his soul. Freaking 27. Oh, that's almost a crit for you, I guess. Yeah, 19. He appears to be very genuinely nervous, upset, and his mannerisms and everything. He's been fairly forthcoming so far. You can tell he didn't want to necessarily reveal the secret tunnel situation. But you think it's more about like him nervous about getting in trouble by his superiors versus anything about you all. And he does appear to be genuine in terms of he seems like a pretty low ranking guard, where even he's surprised like he ended up in this situation.
When he said alive like you, Alaric will just look up from looking at the Ghost Knight, pop fangs, and just hiss at him. Your assessment may not be accurate.
Okay.
Who else is there like me? You said there are undead. What types?
Oh, it's mostly the none of the Morgow ones. There's one of the Red Sisters there. Sister Vesna. She does all the, religious stuff. But there's no like you there. It's just, ghouls and some ghost knights. And
how many ghost knights?
He looks over at the dead captain on the ground and says, "Oh man, you killed one of the killed the captain. That's pretty big."
Bring his head.
There's a yeah.
Oh, I'm already working on that.
Yeah. There's another a captain there. You're gonna make me go through all these things. I should have.
Hey, you're the one that gave us somebody to interrogate.
Yeah. Captain Bloodsworn. Man, they all have badass names when they become undead. I tell you what.
Well, if you want to become undead, that can be arranged.
No. I'm just saying. I mean, I guess you get to pick your name because they're all. Anyway, I wouldn't choose Casper personally. Anyway, Captain.
Well, it's a lovely name for a ghost.
Yeah, I haven't heard that before. Thanks. Teased all my life. Captain Bloodsworn is like that one. And then there are a few Imperial ghouls stationed there as well, including my superior, Carrion Maw. And he absently looks down at his hands, and you notice one of his hands is missing a finger.
What happened there?
He kind of absently covers. He's like, "Oh, I slept in one day, and Carrion Maw is very. He didn't like that, and he just remains silent."
Like, you understand the difference between right and wrong, don't you?
Is this a test? I'm not good at tests.
I'm just amazed that you'd be willing to betray your own people for your own safety. You're pathetic.
Hi. He looks down. The dead came in and took over my people, and now...
And you let it happen.
Yeah.
In fact, you participated.
I guess I did. He looks visibly shaken by this.
You have family.
I think so. I don't know what happened to them. They're live in Krakova.
He looks up at the Shield Maidens, Bahn will, and say, "You'll have to teach me about redemption or something for me to be able to help any further, because I've lost basically all interest in this man." Is there any redeeming qualities, or is it not just weakness that you would be done with this thing?
He is still a person, a Krakovan by the looks of it. Yes, Sif teaches us about redemption if the person is willing to tread that path. It is a long one and a difficult one, and not for the faint of heart. And she kind of glances at the trembling knight. But if we are to believe this one, he has provided us a lot of information. Would be useful. I also fear every second we speak to him is time we are losing.
Have you seen the other Shield Maidens?
No, we ran. We were a detachment from the ambush site. I haven't gone back to the castle since then. I don't. Like I said, they didn't tell me what we were doing. Just that we were. We had an ambush spot and we were gonna attack them, but we were not to kill. Which is fine by me. I'm not good at killing. I don't kill people.
Yeah, you're good at just watching things happen. We've seen.
That's right.
I think
he's not complimenting you.
Bahn would try to encourage everybody to huddle, maybe.
Sidebar.
Yeah, take a step from leaning against the sisters for a second, getting petted. And
before we pull, I will say, the beetles will know if you try to move, and they will consume you down to your bones.
His eyes go wide. The beetles know. He's looking down.
And with that, I just kind of move my hand, and they just kind of start doing a circle around him.
That's a little marching pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use an axe
I'll look at.
Put up a hunting trap.
I would look at Alaric and say, "That's probably not necessary." And I'll just kind of nod at him a little bit, and but yeah, are we sidebarring?
Quickly, probably with our eyes on the knight still, right? Like everybody's turned, looking at him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's
as long as he's within 120 feet, he can't run. I've got him.
I think Bahn would just say, I'll be honest, I don't know what to do with the prisoner. It doesn't do us any good. It's just dead weight. And are we bringing the sisters with us, or I don't understand the plan.
Are the Spear Maidens with you all for the sidebar or no?
I was assuming that they were helping guard the knight for a second.
That's fine.
That was a pretty big assumption on my part, I suppose. But
They respect your camaraderie.
I think the disguise fake prisoner thing is kind of our go-to, right? Seems like the obvious choice here.
Elaborate for me. Maybe I'm not following.
I can impersonate the Ghost Knight if you want.
They were supposed to bring the Spear Maidens back. So we've got some head squires with uniforms here. Bring back some selves as prisoners.
We killed the horses.
We have one horse, and I can impersonate the Ghost Knight.
Okay, I'm not against the plan.
And if you need more guards, I can arrange that as well.
So we just take all of his stuff and leave him in his skivvies, right?
Spear Maidens aren't here, right? Yeah.
No.
No, yeah.
We'll take him to a farm upstate. No.
That's what we'll tell them.
You're free.
No. I'll hold up the bloodstone.
Now don't turn around.
No, I can hold up the
Watch
bloodstone.
the rabbits.
He can make a sacrifice to help the mission.
Io is adamantly shaking her head no.
I'll take Io and the Shield Maidens.
I was the only moral person. Io, where did you lose this group?
Get lost. If he happens to get lost shortly after we leave this room. So the plan, from what I understand, is that we're going to pretend to be these knights. What if there's signals and commands that they give each other as ghost knights? Are you familiar with their, I don't know, signals?
Well, I can speak Darakul, and I've seen them in action. I don't know their codes. Lucian's friend might be able to give us some of that. Since he did guard the gate, he would know the most recent passwords.
Okay, good point. We should probably keep them then.
I think we take him
for the
with
frontal.
us.
Yeah. Is that for the frontal approach, or
He said that
could
there's a
use
Sally
him-
port somewhere that if we can speak to someone in the village, we kind of have two options. We go through the front door in daylight, while we're dealing with human guards, and that would give us a better chance of success. Or we go into the village, find out someone who knows where the Sally port is, and we can go in through the back door with surprise.
Is that what you were is that what you were about to say, Lucian, that we should try to find the entrance
yeah,
as
that's
well?
option 2. Yep. But,
I'm good with
and to
either.
do that, I think we would need to take him for that so we can find it.
Well, it
Go ahead.
sounds like he's coming either way, right? So,
I kind of, I'll look at the wolf. Does that wolf mimic what? Can I make myself look like that wolf? Are we similar body structure and things when I wild shape?
It's a dire wolf, isn't it?
It was a warg, wasn't it?
It's an undead
No.
dire wolf, I think.
Oh, I thought it was a warg.
It is.
Okay.
I think it is clearly undead. Is what you see. Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted to, you could. I don't think you have horse as a beast form, technically.
I don't. Could I learn it?
You could. There are rules for that.
Yep. I'm just saying to the group, I feel like I may stick out where I think several of you can easily blend in. If there's a way for me to also blend in, I think that will increase our chances.
At one point, one of the Spear Maidens does come over to your group. It says, respectfully, Sister Doroka and I would request that we join you. It is our sisters that are have been captured, and it is our duty to help them out.
How do you like
to
ropes?
The rescue.
Tied to your hands.
We are proficient. You will find.
Because I know it sounds crazy, but I think what we need to do is make you look like prisoners.
She, if this were a video game, her face would turn into an instant frown. She's like, "These I do not like."
I know, it's terrible. It's not gonna be fun. We all have to make sacrifices.
What is your sacrifice exactly?
He points to the blood stain on him.
All right, fair point.
The divot still in his chest. Yeah.
But I think we should probably get going. Let's temporarily tie up the knight, bind his hands.
I don't think we'll need to. I can take care of this. I will walk over to him, and using prestidigitation, I will mark the sign of Wotan on his forehead. You have been marked. Run at your own peril. I will always be able to find you.
Roll an intimidation check.
Bahn shivers.
Wait, I have a question though. Is that visible or does it absorb into his skin?
It's visible for now. It'll eventually fade.
Okay, because we don't want to mark him. So
It'll
he
fade.
looks
It'll
like...
fade within an hour.
We put his helmet back on and cover it.
Damn, Alaric.
Wow.
With a crit.
Didn't even need advantage for it.
Yeah. He completely he has bought into the drama that you put on display. He's like, "Oh, damn. You guys
and I look like a full-fledged vampire, so it doesn't help.
Scary." Dang it.
So I don't think he's going anywhere.
I feel like I should maybe warn you. If you're gonna go knock on the front door, Carrion Maw is he's the gate master, and he knows all of us by name. Just as a precaution, I guess. I don't want to die.
That is very useful information. With that, I will once again pull out my cloak, and the beetles will go up and line the inside of the cloak.
Ah.
Well, maybe the back door then is what it sounds like.
Yes. But I will take a couple souvenirs I will remove the helmet of the Ghost Knight and spend some time to memorize what his armor looks like as much as possible. And then with my cloak, pulling my cloak forward as much as possible, have the cloak look like that armor. And wearing the helmet and taking the lance with me on the horse.
Oh,
it's not an undead horse, but I can come close to impersonating a Ghost Knight.
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty imposing.
That's plan B.
Yeah. The Spear Maidens do warn you that it is about a full day of travel. Most of you are on foot. To go, I think, straight northeast to get to Castle Orzelbirg and a village on the outskirts. You know that, and the sisters say, approaching the village should be okay, but you should still be cautious. But the castle, because they've seen it from afar, is situated on a hill. So even trying to approach in case you wanted to get up to the walls, for example, would require, a stealth check because it's literally like on a hill. But they think you could maybe get to the village as long as you're playing it smart.
So we're looking at possible exhaustion here.
Well, yeah. Do you all want to? The Spear Maidens are adamant about certainly not doing a long rest, but if you wanted to at least get a short rest done as part of this travel montage, I think the DM would allow that.
Wasn't there like a cool room that you take rests in over here?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. There is a cool room for resting. It is the barracks, which they have blessed by Sif, and they tells you that if you say a prayer and a meaningful prayer to any of the northern gods, then you can regain essentially like a song of rest, like an extra d6 of hit points. You spend hit dice during a short rest.
Bahn will walk over to the knight, lean down toward him, kind of get into his face, and he'll just say, "Here's your chance for redemption. Don't screw it up." And then walk over here.
Yeah. No, yeah, that, okay.
And
He's still freaked the fuck out by Alaric. Like, 100%.
Sure.
And
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, when it comes, Alaric would be willing to lead the party into a prayer to Wotan.
Is it an individual thing or is it a group thing?
Do I have to hold hands or?
Holding hands is entirely optional.
Because I think Bahn would be walking into the barracks saying, "Oh, Sif, I don't want to die."
That's on brand. Yep.
That might qualify.
Yeah.
I will help up the guard and just kind of walk with him towards the barracks, and I'll say I want to ask him, do you know about the villagers? Can we expect to be met there with friendly regard, or do we need to be careful as we enter the village?
You guys are playing some real good cop, bad cop stuff, and I respect it. It's so scary and then so nice. And it works beautifully. He immediately warms up to you. He says the Orzelbirg, it's a tiny village, just a few dozen houses. They're a very paranoid people, very frightened. I mean, a whole ghost knight fortress looming right over them at all times. It's they would be hard pressed, but and he kind of leans over. They're definitely not fans of the dead. Also.
And neither are you, right?
Oh.
Good. And I'll just kind of put my hand on the small of his back and lead him into the barracks.
I don't want that other one to kill me either. Please. I don't.
His bark is definitely worse than his bite. Trust me.
So you guys working with the vampires? I don't understand. I don't mean to pry that. That the vampires and the ghouls were allies. I don't know.
Nothing with this group is as it seems. And I just for my own peace of mind, he does feel warm to my touch, right? As I'm.
Yes, with your insight and everything. Yes, you have.
Okay.
And the amount of time you've been interacting with him, he is a genuinely flesh and blood, nervous ass young man.
Okay.
That's a good question, though.
It was a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good to be careful. All right, so yeah, you all can short rest if you have, and you can get an extra d6 if you say some nice stuff to any of the northern gods, which are all the Norse gods exist in this universe.
You guys walk into Bahn sobbing, "I'm too young to die."
That's good, little one. Let it out. Sif respects the raw emotions.
We have to click on our token, right, to do the short rest thing.
Yeah, if you want to use the macro, yes.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Kind of.
I can't find myself.
You are the wolf, I think. You are in wolf form.
Oh, duh.
Right?
Yeah, I am. Yep.
All of a sudden you look at your paws like, wait a minute. I guess you turned back at some point.
Scooby-Dooing the whole time. Can I clear my death save failure? I can clear that, right?
I think on our basic rules that just clears whenever you
I pop back up.
Yeah. But ask me again after we have a DM roundtable about it.
Right, yeah, that's
because that sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Next campaign.
Yeah, right? That sounded really interesting.
Do you have stats for this lance that I can port over?
Let's see. It is a D12 lance. So I don't know if lance is a normal weapon that's in the player's handbook.
We'll find out.
It looks like it is. Yeah, 1d12 piercing, has the reach properties, and is a martial proficiency. You have a disadvantage when you use a lance to attack a target within 5 feet of you. Also, a lance requires 2 hands to wield when you aren't mounted.
Okay.
And it's just jet black and marred with like blood, and it feels a little bit, it's not magical, but it just feels evil in your hands. Like you get a bad vibe from this thing.
And Alaric, while we're doing a short rest, I don't need to do any hit dice or anything. So spending time just holding that helmet, looking in, and you just hear Alaric is quoting names of his unit. And it's like, 1 down. We will take the fortress. Justice will be served. You will be remembered.
When it's time to go, Bahn pats you on the shoulder and just says, "Let's go get him." I am in support of going through to the village now, basically.
Alaric, you can have a point of inspiration for all the RP work you have done.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, as are the Spear Maidens. They definitely are down for a short rest, but then they're like, we need to get over there as quickly as possible. Which, yeah, it would take you, you'd basically arrive at the village at night if you go straight there.
Which is great. Cover in darkness.
Yeah.
Io, is exhaustion a possibility for you? Or is that something you don't need to worry about?
We'll find out.
We haven't traveled on foot for this long before. I don't know.
I just need to repair myself during downtime, but I do want to spend some energy with the horse, like traveling next to the horse and, doing all that kind of stuff as we're moving. So that, because I think you said it takes like an hour or so to.
Haven't we had horses for like months?
Mhm.
Throughout, like I feel like maybe she could have done it.
Well, plus it was 15 minutes being close to it.
Considering the ride on the wagon should have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I'm not looking to RP it or anything like that. I just want to, you know, get it officially under my belt in case
Might as well.
I do need to go in as horse IO.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just.
Yeah, you can do with 10 minutes. You can do an animal handling check. A horse I assume is less than a CR1.
Okay, I have a
DC
really
10.
silly question. My nature is a 4, but it has a check mark. My animal handling is a 5 without it. So the nature is better to do, right? Because I'm proficient, it'll add my.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
I think the way. Let me look at your sheet.
It should have it next to, if you're proficient, it should be factored in already.
Yeah, so if you're proficient, it automatically adds your proficiency, which is why your checks are generally bigger. But your wisdom is so high, which is why your animal handling is just so high, even without being proficient in it. So your animal handling is actually bigger, even though you're technically not proficient in animal handling, just because your wisdom is so high.
Well, it's only an 8, but I do have inspiration on my thing. So is that a reroll or an add?
That is
check number 1 for the 4 months or 2 months we've had horses.
Right, yeah. That but only bothered to just now really look at the horse.
Yeah.
Really get to know the horse.
That's
the first horse he shifted to is like an AI version of a horse. It's
not. AI art version of a horse. It's like a horror show.
Hooves.
But it's like,
going. Kill me.
So I think that's just a reroll then.
Yes.
How about that? That's
there
better.
You go. Feeling inspired to really get to know that horse. You have unlocked horse form. All right, and thanks to the now with the Ghost Knight approach, are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you trying because I know you've got one of you riding dressed as a full Ghost Knight with a normal horse.
I have that capability.
Okay.
I'm not. We were just trying to go into the village to see if we can find.
Right. So explain to me the situation when you get. So we're gonna montage you just traveling here. How do you all want to approach this village, which I will describe to you? A few dozen houses are scattered around the sturdy stone bridge that crosses the river Runo. A wooden gibbet by the side of the road holds several bodies in various states of decomposition. And looming over the village at the top of a 200-foot tall hill is Castle Orzelbirg. It is not on the map, but you're about kind of here.
Casper, friends of yours?
Yeah, no, you guys are my friends now.
Well, just pointing at the bodies on the gibbet. Yeah. Friends of yours?
I don't know. I think maybe I don't know, killed by some of the forces. I don't leave the castle much. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna untie Casper. We can
let him run around.
Kovac will be a prisoner.
As we look around in the city, do we see like undead people walking around necessarily, or does it look more like it's
definitely not a city? It is a very, very small
the
village,
little hamlet.
Just a few, hamlet. There you go. Very picturesque, though. It's there's a castle on a hill, and then there's this river, and a kind of a crossroads, and there's just a village that kind of built up there. It is like almost the dead of night when you're approaching. Okay. There's nobody out and about. There are the faintest of lights on that you can see, but otherwise it's very dark and empty looking.
Casper, do you know anyone here?
I've got I guess I live at the castle. I don't, but there's there are deliveries. The village supplies the castle, and in return, the Our superiors don't eat the villagers.
Fun. It's like
you know, the usual trade.
A name, just a farmer. Just point a house out that you might recognize.
Rutem is the usual. He drives the wagon that delivers the supplies. Probably over at the inn. The only inn here. The Hungry Wolf.
We still have that bag of holding. Need to hide this helmet.
God, they're gonna put the guy in the bag. I was like, I don't got the bag. I don't got the bag. Not the bag.
That's your other game, Eric. Your other game.
Everyone's wanting to shove people inside the bag of holding.
Well, I say we go try to have a conversation with Rotem first.
Sounds good.
That way, you don't have to be a prisoner just yet, Kovac. There's still time. We can make it happen. I think Bahn would just start walking toward the inn then, like as soon as it gets pointed out. Just if he doesn't see,
like, there's nobody, nobody walking around. It's very much almost like a day, except you see lights, on inside of houses and stuff. But and even as you're walking, you occasionally hear like the sound of like a window, like the classic, like you're walking through and there's like windows like shuttering all of a sudden, and people like rushing inside and just classic Western movie.
Yeah, he'll walk straight to where it was pointed out, the Hungry Wolf.
I will go in bodyguard mode for you, and just kind of walk like behind. And Io, would you mind holding the horse for me, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Looks at Casper. We don't need any runaways.
Oh. Yeah, no. I mean, if I try to go back to the castle, there's gonna be some. I'm gonna lose more than a finger.
Just one little glowing finger, just kind of as a reminder.
You go into the inn, and it's a hilarious, like, you walk in the door and just all everything stops. It's very tiny, there's maybe half a dozen patrons in there, but they all turn and look in your direction, and just absolute stoppage of everything going on, and just stare. Especially Bahn, you cut quite the unique figure. You haven't noticed a lot of kobolds in this area.
He'll step in and say, "We're looking for Rotem."
Everybody just stares at you some more. The bartender's just slowly got the rag in the glass. Just...
Bahn will spit in the spittoon next to him. He'll pull his robes back a little bit, like a cowboy.
Brandishing the crossbow at his side. Make a perception check as you say that name. Anybody in the inn that's walking into the inn can do that.
So what is the situation here? Like, where is everybody? I guess I'm confused on what's happening.
I was going to suggest maybe we all don't go in there, just so we don't catch everyone's eye, just so we don't make too much of a scene. So I probably would have stayed outside.
Okay. Watching the area. The castle looks very imposing.
I was watching the horse.
Yeah.
So there's two.
You look up at that castle, and you can see just a little bit of lights out there. And just from your cursory glance, it looks like it would be extremely difficult to get near it without being spotted, because it's literally on a hill from every direction. You look at that and you're like, God damn, it's a great spot for a castle. much to your dismay. Kovac, when Bahn says that name, you see a young man who's kind of like eating some stew in the corner, kind of like flinch when that name gets mentioned, and like start looking around.
Elbow Bahn and like kind of jerk my head towards him.
I'll walk up and start going through my coin pouch and bring out 5 gold, and I'll lay it down on the table in front of him, and I'll say, "Are you Rotim?"
What's this all about?
He
looks nervous, very nervous.
We're just looking for a quick conversation. Preferably private, as he'll like look around at everybody staring at him.
Look, I didn't steal that pig, all right?
Nobody cares.
To further break everyone's concentration, Alaric will walk up to the bar and drop 4 silver and go, "Do you have do you have any wine?"
Wine? You see a vineyard around here? We got piss beer.
Do you have any liquor?
Just the beer, then. Maybe some whiskey in the back.
If you got a bottle, I'll take it.
He looks down at the silver and says,
How much?
How much you got?
Put down a solid gold.
All right, with that, he kind of rocks back and waddles back to the back room. Yeah, so the man says, what's this about?
We need access to the castle. We're not trying to get anyone in trouble. We're looking for the Shield Maidens.
His eyes go wide, and his instantly he starts darting his eyes around. Says, "What? I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know what. I just deliver, food and stuff up there. I don't."
Bahn will smile and just, yes, son, we understand. Times are hard. We're here to stop the undead. You won't have to make more deliveries. And he's trying to persuade him to calm down.
Yeah.
And like not worry about freaking out, but he's trying to give him the opportunity that we don't have to have this conversation in front of everybody. Right. Like,
well, I assume you're being a little bit hushed about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. You can have advantage since you laid some money on the table. Oh boy, that plus 11. He seems to calm down a little bit and says, yeah, well, I hope you brought an army with you, because they got a goddamn castle full of them up there.
How many would you say?
I don't know.
A couple dozen?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Okay, Casper can live. All right, so
Casper? Ha!
Does it sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Come take a walk with me.
He's kind of a wuss. I can't believe he's still alive.
Bahn says, when Lord Dobregast left the castle, we're looking for potentially the entrance that was there. Do you know anything about it?
I might. You starts licking his lips. Got some more of that gold?
He'll put another 10 gold out.
10 gold?
So 15. Yeah, so 15 gold total.
Holy shit. he got, oh, he just gathers that all up, stuffs it in his pockets. Dang. You're the real deal. Oh, Casper hired you. Yeah. I think
Take us there. Take us there.
But right now?
Yes.
He looks at the gold and says, hell, we're the one paying, I guess. And he stands up like too abruptly, and like his chair falls down, and like everybody's like looking around.
It's still quiet.
His coins are all jingling in his pockets now, and he's like, and meanwhile, the bartender has brought out a bottle of whiskey and poured you a glass, Alaric. And looking very suspiciously at what's going on over there.
I just want the bottle to go. We're good.
His eyes shoot up, and he's like, all right.
Toss that one back and cork the bottle, and into the pack it goes.
Mm-hmm. And you can reunite with the party outside of the inn with the young man Rutem in tow. He says, I'm due to drive the wagon up there tomorrow morning, so I don't know. That's why I'm getting good and drunk here tonight. I don't like doing it. It's scary.
How far do you think it is?
They got those big dead freaking dogs, man. Oh, the tunnel. It's not far. I can get you there. I think I can get there. Maybe I haven't done it at night. You understand?
Cry me a river.
He does start leading you in the woods, though. He seems with the persuasion check and the gold, he seems on board with this plan, even though he's not even asking questions about it. He's just like, all right, let's go. So he leads you all into the woods north. You see the castle still pretty close by, but you're far enough away. We don't think you're being spotted, staying on the outside of the village, and go into some nearby woods on the north side. And does anybody want to help him look? Because he does mention the fact that, and he's human, he has no dark vision, and it is night. So he feels like he needs an assist here.
Sure.
Can I give him a bardic inspiration?
Yeah. If somebody wants to literally do the assist, well, I guess assist action or somebody.
Yeah, ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So
okay.
I'll give him a bardic inspiration and say, just don't screw it up. Get us there fast.
I'll try.
Bahn, how did you persuade him to help us without giving him your cloak?
Oh, I didn't even need it. Didn't even need the bardic inspiration. So after about maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and you guys are quite the entourage. Like, he doesn't even he's nervous at first when he sees all of you and the Spear Maidens, everybody, but then he just has the coins in his pocket, so he kind of shrugs and continues north and says, I guess you did bring an army, goddamn. And after about maybe 20 or 30 minutes, he points you to a large rock formation that's partially covered with trees and bushes, and has a very foreboding looking, you move a few things aside, and there's some foreboding dark entrance, and you get the immediate wafting smell of like wild animal and rotten meat. He's like, I think this is it, but I didn't go in there. I never went in there. Just so we're aware, right? No takesies backsies. All right, you found the thing. You got it?
We're done. Yeah,
Okay.
go home.
Hey, you
Do the delivery.
you go kill them all, right? I don't want to do these deliveries anymore. That'd be great.
Dude, you still have to do tomorrow's.
Oh. He looks crestfallen. Oh, well, all right.
Go back. This smells like that rotten meat you took home to your kids.
Does anybody want to take point?
Do you still have, I guess, Casper with you at this point? The Spear Maidens are wanting to join you for sure.
Casper, I say Casper's in the back, but in front of the Spear Maidens.
Okay.
And if nobody else takes point, Bahn will go ahead and just start walking in.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to cast Produce Flame to be able to see anything in here?
It is like a dark cave, and there doesn't appear to be any lights in there.
Full of methane, you're gonna blow us all up.
Yeah, start the fire.
Cast light if you want. Keep that away from Alaric's bottle there.
Okay, I mean...
Point. He likes dark meat holes.
Okay. You like dark meat holes.
You going full stealth?
So Lucian's cast light for Io also?
I can, sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's what we prefer.
You can take the helmet out of the bag, put it on, assume Ghost Knight form, and walk behind Kovac.
Okay.
Sadly,
Bahn
leave the
next.
lance behind with the horse.
Yeah.
Bahn is next, is that what you
Yep.
said?
Yep, Bahn will be after Alaric.
Okay.
Are you what's the Spear Maiden situation, I guess? They appear to want to come with you, but they also respect your party dynamic, and they almost get it because they're like a team, and then you're the team, so they're like, we don't want to fuck up your shit.
No. Bahn was probably implying that they were the caboose.
Okay.
Yeah, that we're still going to bring Casper with us, but the Shield Maidens are the caboose.
Okay. We do have still some healing capabilities should you need it.
Good to know. Good to know.
I will, I can actually be in the back with them because I can be pretty perceptive. So I can kind of keep an eye on our rear if, to make sure nothing is kind of sneaking up behind us or anything.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check as you all start entering this tunnel. And Kovac, were you wanting to like stealth ahead or just lead the team?
I'm not gonna stealth. I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Okay. No, you're not. Bungle ahead.
I'm gonna inspiration that.
Okay. Are in the lead. Okay.
Better.
You are at point, and as you all enter this dark cave, that smell, very overpowering. It is a smell of. It smells like an animal den. And as Kovac, as you get deeper in there, you do have dark vision. And you hear first the sound of chewing, crunching. And as you turn a corner in the cave, you spot ahead of you the tunnel. It's really a tunnel that just opens up into this pretty good-sized cave littered with bones. And it's got an elevated perch, and up on that perch, you see a bear-like creature with feathers and the head of an owl that turns to that also sniffs the air and turns to your direction and gives a screaming cry. And Kovac, as you react to this, you hear a second one near your side that appears to shake off whatever sleepy slumber that it had. And we're going to roll for some initiative.
Cool. I think in real life, Bahn would probably start running away here.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Except he's smack dab in the middle and he can't run anywhere.
Yeah, he turns around and just starts like the running animation, just can't go anywhere.
I just hold my arm out at the end of the line. No, come on back. Come on back.
Okay, click my token.
Okay,
And then click initiative.
Wow, I rolled the same for both of them.
You can bust out the old Matthias icon for Casper.
Oh yeah. I couldn't quite fit him on the map, but he is back there.
I think I'm out of spells.
That's what you want to hear. Right at the start of a fight.
I think I'm real low at least.
Oh no.
I don't remember. I didn't use as many as I thought I did, I guess.
And yet, Bahn, you are the first one to react. No surprise round because you were all able to, basically with Alaric's perception check, but yeah, everybody basically spotted each other at the same time.
I will. Am I able to move past my allies?
Yeah, I think we count that as difficult terrain to try to squeeze past. It's because it's a pretty tight tunnel here and there's some bodies.
So 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I will cast Scorching Ray with my Circlet of Blasting that I've attuned to at number 1. So let's see what happens.
Does that require attunement?
I don't know.
I don't know how this
If
thing
it
works.
does, if it does, I did.
I just point and shoot.
I hold it like Jean Grey. Does a 13 do anything?
13 does actually hit an owlbear.
Okay, cool. 3 whole fire damage.
Wow, on a 2d6. Yeah, it's a little. It's a really impressive the way you go. And just like this little spark.
Turns out like Jubilee instead.
The Albert is the badass thing, where it just like barely looks and just like.
Really low.
Now, do you get several of those, or does the Circle of Blasting just let you do one?
Oh,
I don't actually know.
So
I know
this
this
says to cast the Scorching Ray spell.
I think
Just
Scorching
3
Ray.
rays.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
So I do it.
Yes,
more
you get
times?
3. Yes, you get 3 separate attacks.
Okay, they're all going to the same one.
Okay. 15 will hit.
So 10 looks cooler.
Ooh, 10 fire damage. Yeah, just when it was starting to get cocky and this big fire blast comes out.
And 5 more.
Boy.
So that's not so bad.
Yep, now it smells like burnt feathers. It still looks pretty beefy, but you also singed it pretty good. Like, you blackened a lot of its like arm and torso.
Satisfied, I will end my turn there.
Right, Lucian.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost the guy in front of us, straight ahead here.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, 11 doesn't
11.
quite do it. It goes just past.
Ah.
Slams into the cave. What is if the thing attaches to the floor and the ceiling?
A column.
Column. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That'll put me. I think the safest place is staying put. So
You're not gonna follow follow the kobold's lead and rush up. Because the owl bears get to go next. However, you're in front, Kovac, so this one will lumber up to you, still burned and singed, and wanting to defend its territory. And will attempt to swipe you with a very meaty claw. As a 16 hit.
I'll hit.
Oh, merciful goodness. For 20 slashing damage, almost maximum damage. This giant clawed taloned paw. And then it will reach down to try to bite you.
Jeez.
Good lord. Which does 8 damage with a beak. And this one will rush at you, Bahn. Seeing you blast fire. 16 hit the kobold for 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
Although
get lucky.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck in between the column, and it's just like that classic like trying to get at you. That giant beak. Io.
Okay. I am going to... I believe I should probably step out here first. And then please make room for Io Bear.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to... I will focus my attacks first on the one... on number 1.
Singed one.
Ooh, yeah, who's already hurt. So... Oh, crap. Let me get my... Io Bear.
They react pretty visibly when you suddenly become a bear in the middle of their territory. Before they were upset at these scrawny things, but now they're like, oh shit.
Okay, so we'll go bite first.
And
And that... Oh, shit.
It's not gonna hit, yeah.
Alright, we'll try the claws.
2. That will hit. 22.
Okay. 10 slashing.
Oh boy. Alright. Alright. This one is definitely very bloodied now.
And I will, Actually, I think I can move one more this way without provoking an attack. Just to try to separate myself a little bit and try to draw their attention toward me as I'm moving away from the rest of the group.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Kovac. Don't look so good.
It feels so good. I'm gonna move through this owlbear and take a stab at him.
Nice.
Yes, you will. 23. It's 9.
Oh my god.
Ooh, 15. This owlbear looks really messed up with that. Like, and you can feel it like shuddering. It gives off a wailing cry.
Right, shoot our radiant beam at the other one.
Ah, yes. That's an attack roll, right?
Yep.
12 actually does not hit. It slams into the column.
Alright.
Column's gonna come crashing down.
Yeah, right. Those are load-bearing columns. That's what they do. Then one of the sisters comes up and says, "Little Don Blade are quite injured. He will throw a healing word your way. Kovac, you get 6 bits of healing. That is a bonus action. Yep. So then she will come up to you on and attempt to stab at the owlbear.
Nice.
Take heart, brave one. Apparently this tunnel was guarded by vermin. Alaric.
Okay, gonna take step up next to Owlbear and then attempt to run it through with the rapier.
Nice.
That does hit. And you managed to just... It's sagging a lot, and you just shove that rapier up into its giant face, and it finally sags down. Just flops to the ground. The other one gives off a even more enraged shriek.
I was kind of scared that the owl going for you there, Kovac. It was kind of like a nature documentary there for a second.
Watch as the rat enters the den of the owl bear. The Spear Maiden will... she will throw a healing word on you, Bahn. For 5 hit points, and then also attempt to spear, but can't quite fit with all the crowds going on here. And then we go back up to you.
I might pay you to stay around me. I'm gonna...
We are not mercenaries.
Nope, just tithe you.
We'll make it a religious thing. It's cool.
Bob's gonna try to stab it with the rapier.
Oh, glory to Sith, etc., etc.
15.
Indeed.
Use a Bardic Inspiration to do Psychic Blades. So 15 points of damage.
Boy. Yeah, you can see its eyes go cross-eyed for a second.
And he'll give a Bardic Inspiration to Kovac. No, I can't. I use the Bardic Inspiration for the Psychic Blades. I don't know. How does that work? It's when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can't expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. I can only do so once per round on your turn, but can I still cast another Bardic Inspiration? I don't know how that works.
It doesn't sound like you're limited to only doing
I didn't use
spending
a
1 per turn, so
bonus action to do it. So yeah, I'll cast another bonus action to Kovac.
okay. Do you get them back on a short rest these days finally, or no?
I do. That's
Okay.
why I'm being kind of aggressive.
Yeah. I like that. I wish every class got some kind of short rest resource. I think it would fit the balance a lot better. Lucian.
I'm going to do a Mind Sliver this time. It's an intelligence saving throw.
To appear to be mostly feral, or all feral, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna blast.
3
psychic damage. And subtract a d4 from the next save. Oh, saving throw it makes for the end of your next turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody remind me if it has to make a save.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I know Io was trying to. Io, roll a charisma check, and we'll see if you can distract it from Bahn.
I stabbed the hell out of it.
That's the thing. I know, but I'm willing
Yeah.
to. I'm willing to give her a chance on this.
Oh crap! Charisma as a brown bear, eh? Okay, let's see.
it's a low battle, but yeah, it's you're trying to impose your will, but Bahn did just stab at it. So it is going to attempt to claw at Bahn.
Hits.
Oh,
13 slashing,
Yep.
and it will attempt to
Is that all you got?
beak you
That hits again, so I go down.
for 9. Yep.
I am unconscious.
Oh, Bahn hits unconscious state. We gotta start taking bets on if he's gonna survive. Well, I think we probably already did at the beginning of this campaign, whether he would legit survive. Alright, Io, you see Bahn crumple. Says, no! The brave but squishy one has fallen again. He is as brave
he's
as
only
he
doing
is
it for attention.
weak.
I think in my head.
He does this every fight. Don't worry about it.
He's fine.
He does this for attention.
He's like one of those fainting goats.
I will actually see this, and it will slightly enrage me, and so I will give a very aggressive roar, and then try to bite into this thing. Let's see if it works this time. Nope. I think my dice must be broken. I keep rolling the same thing.
Twos.
Try the claws. 14.
Claws does hit. Yep.
All right. 14
Ooh,
slashing.
Yeah, you've fully drawn its attention now, and then you raked a bloody gash across its leg. Now it's and it looks very heavily wounded. It looked like it was about to just feast on Bahn right there, but it turns to you.
And I will move here to hopefully try to get it to completely turn around.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Kovac.
I will shoot him with a short bow.
You have. Oh, is this
Tactics.
Okay. 17 does hit, and 17, you actually nail it right in the head, Kovac. Right as it turns to stare at Io, you just shoot right in the side. Io, you just see that, and it just sags down. That appears to be all the enemies. Before anybody can do anything, Bahn, one of the sisters, immediately casts Cure Wounds on you.
Cool.
It's like, Sif's light
What's so funny?
will fill you.
The bouncing that he does with it. Anyway, that's funny.
This is not your tomb, Bahn.
His little yellow eyes open up, and he looks up and he sees the shield maiden, and he says, "Ah, thanks, Sif."
She nods solemnly.
Alaric just shakes his. Alaric just shakes his head.
Who fight with bravery.
He'll roll over and slowly get up and say, "I'm not going in first
Yeah.
anymore."
The other one says, perhaps this one doesn't need to martyr himself every time, though. Jasper's back there, says, holy crap, you just killed a pair of owlbears. That was awesome.
Take a quick look around, see if there's anything useful in here.
You try to like look and see if there's any loot or bodies or anything, but it appears to be just bones and really just animal bones. There was nothing particularly sinister about what's going on here. It's just this was a cave that they had found, a den, and he just kind of stumbled into their little home lair. I was cruel, I'd put a little, baby owlbear in a corner or something. But you monsters.
Wonder how much smaller the village is because the owlbears were here. They've been blaming the ghouls the entire time. It's just been the owlbears.
Turns out our work here is done.
I will stay in bear form.
Okay.
Is my token updating for people? Because my numbers are right, but my line doesn't seem to change on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's fine for me, but you maybe have gotten desynced or something.
Yeah.
Refresh your window. That happens to me a lot.
Try that real quick.
Don't do it. It's not.
The sisters do look at both of you that got injured, and we're like, do we need to
save it?
Heal up, or are you okay?
I can't speak for the rat.
We don't have too many. One of them will look at you, Kovac, and be like, I can give you some more healing if we can continue pressing forward.
Keep going.
I'm gonna say I could give you a potion of healing if you need it, Bahn.
One of them will 4. He heals you for 4, Kovac.
Save it. I'm fine. I don't need.
You hear one of the sisters whisper to the other one. I told you, martyr syndrome with this one.
You say that now.
Yeah.
We just need to get the robes.
Yes. That's this. The other one says, this one is just passionate, just like Sister Ilva. Yes, and look where Sister Ilva is. All right, quiet, Sister Roka. Yes, you all can continue down the tunnel. It gets a little tricky for Iobear. The tunnel is very dark, although you guys have lighting now. And most of you can just kind of walk normally, but it's just, the tunnels are... For Io, for the bear, you would have to, get on your paws and just kind of crawl at some points. And then you notice that it starts ascending. And you're in this tunnel for a long time. It's really... If anybody has, claustrophobia issue, any player characters... you definitely start feeling that. Yeah, but eventually you start seeing as it climbs, there is a rope, which looks very worn and old, affixed to the wall with iron rings, kind of like a helpful banister that someone put in there to help ascend this kind of uncomfortably steep slope. So it's it's dark, it's cramped. It's tiring as you ascend up here, and for the bear, I'll let you stay in bear form, but it is even... in fact, for bear form, I'll make you roll a Constitution saving throw. Because it is particularly arduous for you to make this approach while squeezing yourself through. Okay. You are able to huff it through, despite the hardship. And at the end of the tunnel... We're going to take a break, and then we will come back in about 10 minutes as we have made it inside the Dread Fortress.
Cool.
All right. Coming back from our break. Mention you all have finished going through this very tight, creepy, dark tunnel, which, after ascending for quite a while, you finally reach the end of it, and it appears to be a large door with a handle on the end. It looks like it can kind of open your way, I guess. When you reach up to pull it open, you immediately feel weight, and a bunch of very nice paintings, what it looks like, comes tumbling down that were apparently resting on top of this door. Yeah, before we go any further,
I just saw it.
Yeah, I need you to make a con save against a lingering injury. Kovac, you do so much damage, I didn't even realize that either. It looks like you fixed it for the second roll, though. All right, Bahn, give me the lingering injury table. Yeah.
Oh no.
2 sessions in a row.
Can Alaric use one of the healing kit things and make a medicine check to see if I can fix his first one?
I think it has to be done during at least a short rest. I'd have to look at our rules for that. Or
Yeah,
maybe...
no, I'm fine. This is fine.
Wears it with a badge of honor.
I kind of nudge him to see if he wants a ride.
He may need it.
On the bear.
Arm one's
It's the
not
leg.
I think I'm gonna take the broken arm.
You have to roll, sir. There's no taking.
It says player chooses. Oh, doesn't it say player chooses which limb?
Yeah.
If you rolled crippled limb, then yeah. But you have to roll for which.
roll the limb.
That is what's on the screen.
It says crippled limb,
Yeah.
and then player chooses which limb.
Oh,
Arm can't
my
move,
bad.
different
Sorry,
weapons,
you're right.
and
Okay.
Leg and speed is halved. I mean, I don't know. You tell me what you want me to do.
No.
but
You're right. I miss. I didn't
if I
realize you'd
get
gotten
to
that
pick
far.
one, I'm
Yeah.
going to pick the arm.
Okay. You break. Yes, you have an injured arm.
Um,
Throw it on the pile.
and everybody sees Bahn like holding it like up against his body the whole time. Just real frail and sad looking too. It hurts so bad.
Just love
Don't
the
worry
pity.
about me. I'll carry through. For the good of the shield maidens.
We will not let you down, small one. You will not die here. They're
I
eating
just
it up
need
for
help
sure.
getting my water canteen, please.
They have not
Pour it
traveled,
into my mouth.
not traveled with you long enough. Injured arm. This might be the first time in history I've had somebody with 2 lingering injuries, so congratulations to that milestone.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So a bunch of these, like, just like dust kind of billows up, and all these like paintings and things kind of fall down on you all. And as you begin to emerge out of this room, which you're all very thankful to do, because again, this took a pretty uncomfortable amount of time to get through this tunnel. You find yourselves in what instantly looks like a storage room that is stacked up with paintings and like a statue in the corner, some tapestries that are rolled up. It looks like a lot of the decoration of the castle has been just stored in here, and not even a particularly well manner. But as you emerge and you start, kind of having to get into this room, and Io just barely fitting as a bear, you hear this weird screeching sound as some of the bits of what you thought was just hanging tapestries suddenly kind of flutters, and these bat-like creatures with just tattered flesh hanging off of them just start circling around and thirsting for your sweet, sweet juices.
Did these appear to be undead?
Do these appear to be undead? They... just by glancing at them, they do appear to be undead. Kind of undead bats. I want to call for some initiative. I need to make sure IO is glowing. Let me fix that. Still, unless you guys turn that off, I assume you still have the light on.
Yeah, so because I would still need it in bear form.
Yeah. It is still you emerge from the tunnel, which was very dark. Now you're in a storeroom, which is also dark, and then it's got actual windows to outside, which is also dark. It's just dark all around.
Sensing a motif.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible for me to roll a 7.18.
It is if you roll a 3.
Yep. Okay.
That's okay. I have you beat. I rolled a 2, so.
Yeah, some of you a little longer to get out of here. And just for the purposes of this room being really crowded, the Spear Maidens and Casper are just still behind you in the tunnel and just can't quite get up there in time. You also, some of you may notice from outside the window, you can clearly see one of those large undead dogs just like kind of patrolling around. Holy shit, the DM is not prepared to go first. That doesn't usually happen very often. This thing, one of them will skitter down and attempt to bite at... I've got my choices here. Let's see. It's Alaric. However, a 9 is not going to do it.
Pretty gutsy to attack a ghost knight.
Ah. They seem to sense that you are not undead. You're not quite sure these things are affiliated either.
I'm still
no party
offended.
affiliation.
Right.
I'm still offended.
Yeah. Just because we're undead doesn't mean we're with those guys. Bahn, fate has chosen you. Here comes the crit. No, an 11. All right, the bats are also a little scattered. Kovac.
I'll take a stab at number 3.
Nice. Ooh, we've got a critical hit from the rogue. This is going to be spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I told you it was going to be spicy. Rogues don't fucking play when it comes to crits. Oh, my
Holy
dear goodness.
crap.
Is that 50?
Not Dawn Blades against undead either. Holy cow.
38. It's 38 plus 12. I think it's 50.
50 points of damage.
350.
Which one was this against? Number 3?
Yeah.
All right, you erase this bat from history. It's just absolutely, it never existed. It's just negative space there. It explodes in a flurry of just like dead flesh and skin. Just
Part of it lands on Lucian's face, like the wet.
You're all just covered in just fleshy batness.
I'll send this in there 1.
Do you also get advantage on the radiant beam?
No. That's pack tactics.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, 3 radiance. That does slam into the bats. Okay. Wow, these bats are just fast, I guess. This one will try to bite at you, Kovac. 17. Yeah. For 7 piercing.
Uh-oh.
And it attempts to attach itself to you. Alright, sorry, it does attach itself to you, but now I need a con save to avoid being paralyzed. as its teeth seem to be full of some extra nasty juices.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's what you get when you roll 50.
Yeah, right. You got the crit exploded one, and the other one just it attaches to it, like wraps its fleshy like body and wings like all around you, and it's just like sunk in. So you are paralyzed for a round, and it is literally attached to Kovac. Bahn.
I rip out my rapier. Ow, my arm! And I stab up at number 1, if possible. Is it within my reach?
Yes. Okay. They can fly, but they're all just hovering right there trying to bite you.
I have pack tactics. It's an advantage. Does a 13 hit?
13 does hit, despite their small form.
Sweet. I'm not going to use a bardic inspiration. I'm just going to do rapier damage. Oh, ignore the psychic blades. I didn't mean to do it. But 5 piercing damage.
Okay. Slice some of its skin off.
I'll uncheck it. And I do believe that is... Because I think... I'll cast Sneer as a bonus action. Same one. So it needs to make a... Oh, it just made it.
Oh, wow. My charismatic skin bat.
Well, that's disappointing.
Wow.
Bahn says...
That's good
damn
damage.
it.
Yeah.
That's what he says. And that's the end of his turn.
All right, Alaric.
Adjusting the helmet so he can see out of it. Is going to go and try to finish off the one that Bahn was.
Are you wearing the
after.
full armor or just the helmet?
Just the helmet. I'm not
Okay.
wearing the armor.
Okay. And that was we looked that up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm using the cloak to simulate it, but
Yeah.
it's not perfect.
Don't want to wear non-proficient armor. 24, yeah.
Okay.
Boy, number 1.
Yep.
12 piercing damage. Holy moly. Yeah, you are able to stab that bat, and due to the damage Bahn did to it, that one floats down to the ground.
Okay.
Bear.
Okay. So I have one immediately in front of me here, this number 2. So I'm going to go at that one. So we're going to go bite first. Hey, I rolled above an 8.
You did. 12 is not quite going to be able to catch the bat.
All right, let's see if I can swipe it out of the air with my claws. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
You
know
sorry,
what?
guys.
Your shit's all cramped from being in the tunnel for this long. You just need to do some stretches.
You're just trying not to hit Alaric in the back of the head.
Right.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, you're
I'm
also
trying to be
fighting. Yeah,
careful.
the storeroom is bigger, but you're all crowding it out, so it's just a difficult situation. That one is dead, so we go to Lucian.
Ray of Frost number 2.
Yeah.
Definitely hit.
9 cold damage.
Oh boy. Yeah, that one almost completely freezes. As you can see, it's just shivering body. Bits of its skin freeze up and fall.
That's all I got.
Right. This one will try to... it'll try to bite at the bear next. The bear seems like an easier target. 14, I think, does hit the bear.
Yes, it does.
All right, this one attaches to you, bear. It does 6 piercing damage, and then attaches to you, and I need a con save or be paralyzed.
6 damage. I also realized I think I did something wrong. I hit the con on the bear's stat sheet, but I really should be rolling mine, because that's a mental ability. So
The first
con
3.
save.
I'm pretty sure the first 3 are the animals.
Yeah, I think con is animal.
Con's physical.
Oh,
yeah.
con is.
Yeah, you can take
ignore
advantage
that,
of
then.
the bear's bestial
Oh,
con.
sweet. Okay. Ignore the first roll then. Oh, Jesus. Mary.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Great.
Do you
Why don't they fly out these windows? It doesn't make sense to me.
You're free. Go be free. Do you not get to apply your proficiency bonus in this case, though? Because it's a... I guess I'm not sure how the wild shape works in that regard.
Well, that's why I said, because I have the brown bear sheet open and I just clicked con.
Yeah.
And their con is a 16, so they get a +3. So that's why I was confused. Because on my stat sheet, I'm a +7.
Right. You must be proficient in con saves.
Yeah.
If you can look that information up, I don't know. Well, but I'm willing to check back around to see how specifically save proficiency works with wild shape, I guess. And if you can, then you are not paralyzed. But the bat does attach to you. Kovac, so you are paralyzed for this round. You just have to sit there with that bat gnawing on you. Guess you're paralyzed until... I guess it'd be the bats, because this is the bat that did it to you. So it gets to... Let's see. Can't bite a different creature while it's attached, and the bite attack automatically hits a creature the skin bat is attached to. So it just automatically does its damage, which is 1d4 plus 3. Whoops. Well, plus 3. So plus 3 is 5. Sinks its teeth and does 5 damage to you. Then we go to Bahn's turn.
He's just... Well... He's going to viciously mock the bat. He's like, just fly out the window, you dumb thing. Wisdom save, DC 16.
Oh, these things will not be harassed or bullied by you, Bahn. We have determined this. Holy crap.
Kind of like Curly from the Three Stooges. Bahn just takes his free hand because his other hand hurts too bad. And he's just like...
Twice these are randomly just absolute amazing mental fortitude.
That's a cantrip, so I'm going to cast Sneer as a spell. Which I did it again. So when I click the button, it consumes the spell on that one when I need to click here. Instead, I'm going to refund the spell.
Okay.
It needs to make another charisma save.
Say, nat 20. Oh my god. You know, the definition of insanity is trying. Yeah, it turns out these things are the most mentally powerful creatures you've ever come across. You notice I have like a minus modifier, by the way, with the charisma.
Yeah, rub it in. No.
I will. Alaric.
Gonna turn around and see if I can help out Io Bear.
Oh. Instead.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, the bad rolls are rubbed off on you.
I must have caught that sneer.
That's right. Yeah, it was aimed at you. You feel a little sad. Alright, Io, did we determine if we can use proficiencies with the wild shape?
So very sorry. Okay, so this is what I found. According to this, it says you retain all your skill and saving throw proficiencies, in addition to gaining those of the creature.
Okay. So you would have but you haven't made the save because you had an
The 11 would have worked then.
Yes. So you would take the bear's con modifier, but you'd apply your proficiency bonus, which I think is a 3, right? At this point, so you effectively rolled a 12, which is enough to not be paralyzed. All right, that was the important information. Okay. So you still have the bat attached to you. It looks like it's going to keep doing things to you, but you can still attack it like normal.
Yes, let me see if I can bite off the head of the beast here. One beast to another.
Technically, this thing is definitely dead. 25 will do it. You definitely don't want this thing on you.
All right. 7 piercing.
Yeah, you reach down and just rip it in half, and just it's nasty too. Like just bits of dead flesh all up, just like crumble. It's like flaky skin.
Aussie bear.
But the head of a bat. Nice reference.
I cannot get to 4 unless I can't. Can I? No.
It's a little crowded in here.
Yeah, I can't move, so I don't get my second attack.
Shake your paw angrily.
Yeah.
Lucian.
Let's Rafrost that last one.
You don't want to make fun of its mental capabilities. 14 does hit.
For 7 cold.
All right. Again, that one has parts of its body freeze and flake away and screeches in righteous anger. That one is dead. Kovac, you are unparalyzed now. You still have this one attached to your body.
I will steady aim and then stab it.
Very steady when you're stabbing a creature attached to you. Really showing off now. Second crit of the fight against these things. Holy crap! Look at that damage. That's a thing of beauty. That one explodes, and it's gross because it's attached to you. So it just like squishes and just, and it's not gonna wash off anytime soon. It's just bits of dead skin, flesh all over you.
Prestidigitation. Start cleaning the rat.
Yep, and you hear the Spear Maiden saying, what was that? Heard some screeching.
It's safe now. You can come up.
Ah, brave Bahn. Yeah, you find yourselves in a storeroom with some small kind of almost arrow slit windows, and then a door in front of you.
I'm just gonna check outside the window. Did we make any noise to attract anything?
Not that you notice. You definitely. Yeah, you can see some kind of like courtyard outside, and you see a large undead hound, very similar to the ones that the one that tracked the Spear Maidens to the castle that you had fought, just kind of pacing around, just in almost a normal manner.
Yeah. Okay.
The area is
not like looking up here.
You can see the outside is lit by torches. Now you are giving off Io is giving off light. Currently, that is something that you do look around and it appears to be noticeable.
I'll cut that out.
Sorry, Io.
Seeing the hound, I'll immediately cut that light out.
Yeah.
Is there like a big sheet in here?
To hide the bear under.
Yeah, just
poke some holes in it.
Glowing
Ghost bear.
Glowing sheet.
There's tapestries in here. Just throw a tapestry over.
Yeah.
And...
Just act dead. You'll be fine. Let's get Greg Nicotero in here to do some zombie makeup and looking good.
I'm gonna open this door.
Sure. You see what looks like and now it's kind of, you're realizing you may be in a tower. As you can see, this room has a very high ceiling with stairs winding up to another floor above you, and then there is a door that looks like a exterior door, I should say, to your south.
Do we want to clear
So
the
we're
tower
around-
so there's nothing behind us, or press forward?
Both options are gonna suck.
Do we have any idea where the sisters are?
Casper?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are the sisters being held?
Well, I mean, the castle does have dungeon. You know, every castle's got a dungeon. Excuse me.
And do you have a temple in here as well?
Yes. Yes. In the keep. I think he looks around. He kind of like peers out the window, and you see one of the dogs like comes by, and he kind of jerks back. Oh, yeah, we must be in the big round tower, I guess. I haven't been in this room. This is where all of Lord Dobrogas, all the paintings and stuff.
So how do we get to the keep?
He glances outside at the dogs pacing. I guess the quickest way is through the inner courtyard there. We've already made it pretty far inside. This tower's pretty tall. It's got multiple levels. I never really been in here. I think some of the ruling ghouls or knights have quarters here. But he points to the door. That's gonna lead to that courtyard. Then from there, get to the keep.
Do we want to execute the officers in this tower and then move forward? Or do we move forward to try to free the sisters?
I think I'm a little confused. Are we in the bottom of the tower and the stairs go up?
Yes.
Okay. Bahn would just nod. Yeah, let's clear the tower first.
All right. Alaric will take point in full Ghost Knight to give us a little bit of an advantage.
Io has the mask charm. I think she had taken it from Bahn a while back, right?
That's a good question.
No, I definitely I think I gave it to somebody else after, because I only used it temporarily during the fight with Alaric's sister. And then I thought somebody used it after me.
If it's available, I think Bahn would try to use it to do the same Red Sister thing that he turned into in the past on the raft. He would go ahead and try to look like one of the
From a
Red
distance.
Sisters.
It was from a distance from one boat to another that you were disguised.
That's okay. Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay, so Alaric has the helmet and the cloak, and you're trying to look like a ghost knight. Bahn has the mask charm.
Yeah.
And you can use is that disguise self? Is that how that works?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's 1 hour.
Okay. How do the rest of you want to go about this plan?
Stealth, or is that pointless, like in a group?
You're small enough to hide behind Alaric if you wanted to.
You can always sneak ahead too if you want. You just let me know if you want to be sneaking around and
I would like to sneak ahead.
doing reconnaissance. Yeah.
I have one of those ghoul masks. If someone wants to use that,
Alaric and I can kind of hang out in here. We can close the door and keep the sisters and Casper in there.
Yeah, the sisters are like, we are not for skulking or sneaking. But should you need our spears or our healing, can aid you.
And that way it'll give Kovac an opportunity to explore a little bit. And if somebody comes in through this door right here, at least what they'll see is a ghost knight talking to a red sister.
nothing untoward happening here. Just
undead stuff.
Yeah.
You guys just nudge Io where you want her to go.
You do have a bear with you, so that's...
You can have her lay on the floor and she'll be a rug.
A rotund rug.
Yeah, Kovac, if you want to give me a stealth check, did you want to go upstairs then?
Dude.
Kovac, did you roll a nat 1 on the stealth check?
Inspiration?
He tripped up
Anything?
the stairs.
I think you spent it last time. You walk up these stairs and...
Hi, guys.
You just, yeah, you step on the last stair and it gives off this sound. The first thing you note when you go up the stairs is that it goes up to a floor, and then you see that around you the stairs keep going up. So you note that this tower is taller than this second floor that you reach. You reach a floor that is lit by a little torch. And there are 2 doors, and one of the doors opens, and it is a gnome who is dressed with traveling, almost adventure-esque attire, although it looks like he had maybe was resting in his bed or something and just got alerted and just opened the door and just kind of stare, and you both kind of stare at each other very you're surprised to see him and he's very surprised to see you. He's like, what? Yo, who are you? What's going on?
Speaking common?
Yes.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I'm staying at the castle. I've been trading with. Is this some kind of a test? I already traded the elixirs. All right, I got a few. I got a few more potions left. Did somebody send you to buy? Is this some kind of a... Look, it's the middle of the night. I don't... Wait, are you skulking at you? I heard about you rat folks. Is this a shake? And he starts looking around like he needs to summon somebody.
You got me. But I've got coin.
Roll.
Hey.
He's just trying to play it cool. We're all cool here. Roll a persuasion check. If you actually you say you have coin.
Yep.
If you want to back up with some money flashing, I will give you advantage.
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
And those of you downstairs can hear voices upstairs at the very least.
With that, I'm going to start walking up the steps with authority.
I'm going to grab Alaric with my mouth as Io Bear and tug him and just hold him there for a second.
Okay.
I'm a chance.
And I'm going to shake my head vigorously, like, just.
Let's see.
Oh, jeez.
That's no skin bat, sorry.
For some reason, the name Skin Bat is worse than what I imagined.
Right. Yeah. He looks unconvinced. Like with I mean, you look like a fucking rogue sneaking around and just immediately cracked open the door, and he looks very concerned about this. He looks like he is about to start shouting Kovac, so I will let you respond first.
Oh,
or react first, I should say.
Can't let him live, so.
If you want to react by attacking him, that is certainly an option.
He said he had potions. Signed his own death warrant.
Yeah, that's kind of all I can do. I'll just try to stab him. I'll just try to stab him.
Best I can do is a stabbing. I don't know.
That's all.
All I know.
Negotiations are over.
Negotiations have failed. Yep, you can walk up and stab him for 18. It is going to deal 8 piercing damage. I will start initiative. This is gonna be tricky because actually I can split the party, can't I? Let's see. I have not had to do this.
I obviously let go of Alaric when we heard stabby.
When you heard the sound of stabbing.
Stabby.
I know that sound.
I could have stopped that.
Yeah, so everybody can give me some initiative as combat afoot. Ah! Thief! Thief! Even the castle's full of thieves! Ah, scurrying rats! That was so you got the surprise round with the attack. And then we're gonna start with Bahn, which you don't have to go upstairs. You don't just putting everybody in initiative order, obviously, but you are vaguely aware that something has happened upstairs.
We hear thief, and we're like, Bahn will just say, "I'm gonna give it another second. I'm sure Kovac got it." And I'm gonna hold my turn, still watching for the door and watching for anybody to come down the stairs.
Maybe you have to put them on both layers. It gets a little wonky when you have to do combat between 2 different map layers, I know. That doesn't work. Okay. Well, he's going at a 15.17, so he's just going to go at the end of the round. All right, Kovac, you can respond again.
I'm gonna try to grapple this dude.
Okay. Ah! Is that athletics versus athletics, I think? Acrobatics?
Oh, come on.
Well, he's a gnome, so we'll see. Yep, he's a slippery one, though. So that is your attack action, is to try to grapple. So he squeezes out of that. Now he looks very distressed.
I'm gonna just hop over to the edge of the stairs and like call down. Yeah, we got a problem. Got a problem.
Help! Thief! Alright, Owlbear.
Is there any possible way I get up there?
Yes, it would be essentially difficult terrain, but I would allow you to squeeze up the stairs.
Okay. If I can get up there, then I will go up to help Kovac.
Okay. Oh, you are here. And I realize it's a little tricky. We're on going. If you haven't noticed, going up the stairs is a different map layer.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. If I can, I will. He looks bloodied already, right? It's very evident that Kovac.
It looks like he has a
injured
stab
him.
wound from Kovac. As far as you know, Kovac has just opened the door and started attacking this poor man.
Okay. I look at Kovac for guidance as I'm going toward the gnome.
They have a bear! Oh my god!
I'm going to. I think I'm just going to try to like grapple this dude and subdue him.
Okay.
Like try to intimidate him into like submission here.
Sure.
Oh. Is that just a strength?
Or athletics if you have athletics. Otherwise, yeah, you can use strength.
Squish your bare body against the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is wrong with this character?
Jeez, you've had some not great rolls.
This is Gnome Superman.
I mean, I'm not rolling particularly good, but yikes.
Since
now,
I get 2 attacks as a bear, can I do it again?
that is absolutely correct. just keep trying to hug him awkwardly. All right, let's see if
He's gonna roll a 16.
Oh, you got him that time. All right, the second squid. He like dodges out of the way, and you come around and grab him.
Trying to also cover, like I'm pinning him to the floor, but also trying to like
Help!
like cover his mouth. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. At that point, since you've effectively subdued, I'm going to take you guys out of combat. You do... So I'm going to... Let's see. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put you here, Io. So you're like... Just have the scariest, like, just clamped down. This whole bear just clamped down on this, like, very wide-eyed, like, half-struggling gnome. Io, with your passive perception, you hear the sound of a door opening upstairs and armored, clumping feet above.
I will try to communicate that to Kovac, and I will like jerk my head. Well, he also has super high passive perception, so I'm assuming he hears it too.
Oh, I just remember you did. I don't remember if Kovac does. Then yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
we
did.
would
Holy
probably
shit.
both go.
Yeah, you both instantly.
At the same time.
Yeah, you can hear like, and it's boom, boom, like very methodical. And you know that, and I did mention these stairs here. They are both down and upstairs at this point on this level.
Can Alaric join the party on the next floor?
Sure, if you would like.
Yep.
But I'm gonna need you guys to react to this situation.
Coming upstairs, does Alaric hear it?
Bahn's behind Alaric saying, "See, I told you they'd have it."
Yes, I can. Did you want to go up there too, Lucian, or do you want to stay down?
Yeah, I'll go up. Yep, for sure.
Stair party.
Yeah, all of you hear the sound of a door opening and then heavy armored feet kind of directly above you.
I'd call out Ndara, cool. situation resolved, at ease.
Roll a deception check with advantage. That's pretty good. You hear a voice reply back. It says it actually the voice actually replies in common, but seems to understand you, but definitely has a very raspy and it sounds like it's coming from inside of a helmet, and says what is the problem? Heard shouting down there. It's foolish merchant. Sounded like.
He's having some nightmares about rats, I think.
Should just kill him. Done with it.
That can be arranged.
Has Captain Mazar returned yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Tell me. He does.
As you wish.
And you hear the clamping back and a door close.
Got the pillow, just like.
Yep. What do you all want to do with this guy?
Sister, do you want a toy?
He's like still struggling.
Looking at him as a ghost knight, resistance is futile.
He kind of blanches and stops struggling so much.
You are the safest you could possibly be right where you are.
His brow furrows at that with the giant bear hovering over him.
She is much kinder and gentler than I am.
He has...
I lick his face.
Shivers.
So, if you want to live, you will go back into your room.
You're now in his room, very much. Yeah, he's in his room. Yep.
Yeah, you will go back, crawl back under the covers, and go to sleep, and forget that any of this ever happened. I hear another noise, and I eat your soul.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Ignore that knife wound.
Yeah, he is a little injured.
That never happened.
It never happens. This is all a bad dream. All right, bit of a battle of wills. He actually seems like he's seen some shit and isn't particularly frightened by you, but he does look around at the situation and just kind of nods slowly. He also keeps glancing at a chest at the foot of his bed very nervously.
I'm gonna tell Alaric, hey, he said he has potions.
Like, he called me a thief, might as well just embrace it.
Hey. It's up to you, man. I have other priorities at the moment.
I'm gonna go for the loot then.
Okay. You crack open that chest and you go, and you see a very well organized collection of many potions. I will itemize them for you. Never pronounced this word very well. 1 potion of diminution. Opposite of embiggen. I'll have you know I rolled for all these too. 4 potions of healing. 3 potions of greater healing. And 2 potions of invisibility.
What potions did you sell?
Okay. Io, do you remove your paw from his mouth? Okay.
Enough for him to talk, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of licks his lips for a second. He's like, "Look, I don't know what this is about.
Answer the question.
Okay, sure. Look, can you not just rob me like this? This is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm robbed in the middle of a castle full of undead. God. I sold them these special elixirs. That I figured they would be pretty excited about. Elixirs of corruption, we call them. They can remove somebody's immunity to disease or poisons and such.
Do you make these?
Me personally, no. I just sell them.
Where do you get them?
Oh, they come from my homeland. Remember the name of I want to say Niflheim, but I think that's one of the Nordic realms.
It is.
Yeah. But I mean, they use all the Nordic stuff here, so I think it's something maybe Nilheimer. It's very similar to that sounding. Some of you, well, I mean, you're all native to this world. The native land of the gnomes is a very dark and depressing place, and they are neighboring Morgau, and they've got their own problems basically, and it wouldn't shock you that they can make some kind of evil sounding potion.
It gives them it removes the vulnerability, you said?
It removes immunity to disease.
It unpaladins paladins. Sister?
They're using it on the shield maidens.
Yes. He is an accessory to corruption.
I didn't ask what, I mean, I'm just trying to form, we need some help back home, and Morgau's pretty strong, and just trying to do some business here, okay?
You're making them stronger.
Well,
you idiot.
Bahn says in his red sister voice, "Oh, you're getting it now."
Hey, look, I don't know what this is about, okay? I sorry, you're not thieves? I don't know. I don't need you to judge me.
Oh, but that's
Where's all the
what I
money?
do.
I don't need a bunch of thieves to judge. Yeah, you look around. You notice he's wearing, like I said, he's wearing his full like adventuring gear, so he looks like he's got some pouches on him.
Lucian's gonna look around to the others and
Where's the money?
He starts glancing at his pockets. Come on, no, come on, I need. I gotta have nothing.
Lucian's gonna look around. He's got for the first time, he's got anger on his face. Why should we spare him?
I'm with you. I have enough to pass judgment.
He's aiding the enemy.
He's just doing business. He's doing what he has to survive.
This
look at
far
this.
into Morgau? No, this is intentional.
No.
While I'm holding on to him, can I I'd like to insight and I'd like to flavor it like I'm trying to feel his blood pressure, like his heart rate. How is he responding to this conversation that they're all having?
Okay.
Later.
He's very nervous. Everything here, and he's. I mean, his heart's beating very fast. He appears very upset by everything. You do get the feeling that he's mostly upset about being robbed here, more than anything else. He appears very materialistic, and was clearly the most upset when Kovac started rifling through his pouches, and then now he's upset again whenever you guys are now looking at his person to see if you can frisk him, basically, and find any more loot he's got.
I will, excuse me. I will look at Lucian and make eye contact with him after that question he just asked, and I will snarl and I will give this very aggressive growl as an indication to communicate to him what I just received.
Okay.
And I will give a nod as well.
Why?
He's a gnome. It's not gonna work. Lucian is pissed. He wants to rip his mind apart with a mind sliver, but being a gnome, it's probably not gonna take. So he's gonna go up and stab him. This is very personal to him.
Wow. Wow.
Kovac, clean out the chest.
You can have advantage on the attack, yeah. Yeah. Lucian, you plunge your knife into his side, and his eyes go wide. He's like, "Ah!" Do you want to cover his mouth back up, or do you want to let him scream out in pain?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'll hand you the bloodstone, and hey, we can get something out of this.
Oh, you might have to remind the class how that thing works.
Pulls hit dice and turns a rock into a potion of healing. The more hit dice you take from somebody.
Oh,
You had to be.
I think that one you had to be willing to do it yourself. I'd have to look at the fine print on that one.
That takes all the fun out of it.
I'll try anyway. I'm gonna shove it in the wound.
Don't you want to cure
Add
some
insult
blood?
to injury.
Yeah.
It's not working. Maybe deeper.
No. Seeing that
Twist it to the left, maybe.
Yeah.
we don't have enough time and he's being held, I will just take my rapier and it's like, Lucian, do you want to use this or you want me to finish it?
You can have your fun.
No, this is not fun. This is justice.
Yeah.
And I will just finish him. Just put it right up on his throat. Thump, done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move behind Casper while this is going on.
Both you
run.
both you dhampirs can have. I hate to reward killing a captive, but I love it. It was very thematic and appropriate, so I'll give both of you inspiration because that absolutely should piss you off.
And now we go through his clothes for loose change.
That was probably the first time you've seen Lucian lose his cool.
Yeah, it was very scary.
He's usually collective and can keep things under control. But...
No, yeah, I liked it. That was very appropriate. You find on his person, he has a pouch with 10 jet black gemstones that look like they would be worth about 100 gold each. You suspect this was the payment.
Black's onyxes. I know what those are for.
as it looks like you have cleaned out his chest of potions. That was a lot of potions, by the way. I don't know how you guys want to divvy that up, or if you just want to keep them in your shared stash for now. 1 potion of diminution, 4 potions of healing, 3 potions of greater healing, and 2 potions of invisibility.
Well, we could give one of the potions to Io now, couldn't we?
Oh.
Cute little bear.
Mini bear.
Mini bear. Does it just make you one size smaller? Because it'd probably just be like a... I don't know how big it would be at that point.
Io Ruxpin.
Io Ruxpin. Large reduce. I think it's the reduce spell of enlarge reduce. Is that what I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have it
Target's
if you want me to.
size is halved in all dimensions, and weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. You're reduced by 1 category, so you go from large to medium.
That doesn't really help.
Yeah.
You get round a little bit easier.
Wait.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing. It'd let you move around a little bit easier. However, your target's weapons also shrink to match its new size, which would be your body. When these weapons are reduced, the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 less damage.
Boo.
So you could get around a little bit easier, but you would deal less damage.
We will keep that for later. Sounds like we have a ghost knight upstairs to go kill, though, if you want to go deal with that. Or do we rush to the temple with this new information?
Yeah, so the Spear Maidens were downstairs, but I'm going to say that maybe one of them overheard, like creeping up the stairs and heard, and was, and her face looks very upset when she hears about, maybe she probably missed the point that you guys executed that one in it. So, but
We found him this way.
Yeah, right. Just stab wounds all over his body. I don't know. It's weird. He's
He
into some
fell.
ritual. He fell on 4 swords.
He fell on my knife.
Again and again.
3 times.
3 times. Kept getting up and just falling. It was hilarious. But one of them overheard the thing about the elixir, and she's like, what are they doing to us? What sick? Trying to corrupt us? Our sisters? Or must be in grave danger. You all right? You look very shaken.
You guys your disguises only last a certain amount of time, though, right?
Well, mine
hour.
lasts.
Okay.
I don't have a time limit on mine.
In the room that I'm in, do the stairs go both up and down?
They do indeed. Yep. And so you came upstairs to reach here, and then the next level up is where you heard that sounded like an armored figure speaking from the top, the floor above you.
And we have another door on this floor.
There is. I'm going to do some little retconning and say that you found a key on the body of that ghost knight when you were looting at Alaric. And maybe just as an experiment, you try that key in the door, and it does indeed unlock it.
Hey, it's my quarters.
I'll crack the door open.
Yeah, it looks like a bedroom that's been cleaned with military precision. You do see a painting on the wall that shows a handsome young man astride a white horse. If you look at it very carefully, like Belle looking at the shattered paint, the painting that's slashed with the prints on it, you can just kind of see that maybe you can see like pieces of Mazer, the ghost knight, in this man on the painting. The room is distressingly empty. The only thing you see of note is hanging on a peg is a very fine black silk cloak decorated with raven's feathers. Looks like it'd be worth some money.
In the bag.
Yeah, we'll shove it in the bag of holding.
Would you say it was a cloak?
Yep.
Yes.
Don't give it to Rye.
Yes, don't give it to
Don't
Rye.
give it to Rye. he's that meme of the like rubbing his hands, like licking his lips, like, ooh, that looks like a nice cloak. I go bribe that ghost knight with that cloak.
Right. Then head out, try to get across the courtyard to the keep as fast as we can.
You don't want to kill this ghost. You don't want to kill this ghost
Yeah,
knight.
I was
While
gonna
we're
Oh,
say-
I would like to do that, but I also... Can we spare 2 minutes and deal with a ghost knight?
tell him Mazer's back, so when he tries to come down, we all just.
Brilliant idea.
Wait, but we don't know what's up there. Let's go up there first.
I'll sneak up.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
No, I'll stealth up.
Last time we had to execute a gnome merchant.
You guys be ready on this floor in case everything goes south, and then I'll go up and I'll sneak up.
Okay. Sneaking upstairs. Give me a stealth check. Are you wearing armor that would be problematic for that?
Nope.
Okay.
And sorry for the advantage.
Good lord, you have a +10 stealth over there. My goodness.
Yes, sir, I do. Studded
Yes.
leather armor.
Becomes like the knight as you sneak upstairs. Alaric, you reach a smaller landing than the one you're on, and it has 2 doors. And the stairs, once again, keep going up at this point as well. But you do recall that the figure that was talking to you was definitely on this floor.
Okay. Can I tell which door it came out of?
No, but you do recall it was the footprints sounded like they were right above you, and you were on kind of the western part of this tower. So you can, I will go ahead and let you know, you could probably deduce that it would be beyond the door to your left.
Okay. Sneak downstairs.
Oh, sorry.
It's clear. Just whisper. It's clear. I can go up and knock on the door and tell him that Mazer's back and needs to speak to him right away. He's severely injured. But remember, my spells will not work on him. Well, I have one that might. Do we start? Do you want to fight up there, down here? What do you want to do?
Are we
What did the room look like?
like you came back down?
Was
Yeah. So it's there's 2 doors and a small landing. It's pretty small up there.
oh, I'd say if there's more room, then yeah, but
We can kick open the door and start the fight in his room. Get a little bit of surprise. And he's not on a horse, which makes it a little bit better.
You did not hear a horse above you. That's definitely something you would have
I
heard.
could say some of us could hide in this room over here too, and then pop out.
Yeah, you guys have run in the middle of this whole floor right now.
He wants to. If you want to have him think he's only fighting you, and then the rest of us pop out. I don't know if that would give us any kind of advantage. Probably not, but
I mean, if you guys are avoiding line of sight, it might require a stealth check. But maybe not. If you guys are literally, cutting off line of sight and there's nothing else there, then you could just technically pop stuff open and that would be a surprise round. It just kind of depends on how you guys want to run things. but I'm willing to entertain whatever tactics that you've got lined up.
Well,
I like
I
that
think
idea. But
I'll stay out, disguised as a red sister.
Hmm.
And then we can call him down here.
Okay.
down here, then.
I'm in the bedroom.
Old bear in the bedroom trick.
And like mostly
Just lay on the floor.
close the doors, but not close them all the way. Like not.
Do you want the sisters and Casper have been downstairs, basically like watching your guys' back and the lower floor. Do you want to tell do anything with them? Like they're willing again. They're kind of wanting to take your guys' lead, but for now they're kind of watching the down keep area, make sure like nobody comes through that door.
I say they can just stay down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are healers if we need them.
Yeah.
Just tell them what we're doing, if we can.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone's like, hey, we're going to attempt to assassinate a ghost knight. We may need healing backup.
Yeah. Right, you yell if you need us. We will make sure nothing comes through this door.
All right. So
we've got Kovac and Io in this room. Do you want to just shut the door, like leave it like maybe cracked a bit, but you want to maybe shut it? Yeah. And then
We have both good perception. I'll just shut it, and then when I hear him coming down,
yeah, it would be pretty obvious. This guy was. I mean, you could hear him upstairs. So.
See.
okay. So I will yell up in common this time, telling him that
Same voice or
same voice I used before.
Okay.
And yell up that the captain's back and he has brought Sister Alcova with him from the Blood Vault.
Okay, just yelling that up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You hear the door open, and you hear the tromping. It says, Jusei is returned.
Yes, he's severely injured and brought Sister Alcova from the Blood Vault.
Strange.
That's why I got you right away, sir.
He starts chomping, and all of you hear there's like very much a large armored figure. And Alaric, are you you're wearing your disguise?
Yep.
Okay. He comes tromping down the stairs, and this.
As soon as he gets 10 feet away, I want to
10
cast
feet.
blindness. I want to cast blindness deafness on him.
Okay. I was gonna describe him, but he is coming down the stairs, and this. You've seen what the other Ghost Knight looked like. This one looks very similar. He's fully armored, head to toe. Clearly looks undead underneath, and he's got this jet black armor that in the chest area has like this leering like ghoul's face carved on it, and then his helmet has these two large like just bat-like wings coming out of it. And he's just walking, and he's got his giant like axe at his side and tromping down the stairs. And then essentially we would be starting a surprise round with blindness deafness. I think I'm actually going to end our session here though, because we have just hit the 3-hour mark, and I think we've reached a pretty fun ending point. I had no idea where we were going to end it or when, but I think we can time it out pretty well from here. I realize it may get awkward because we may be switching some players here and there, but hopefully we can come up with a nice in-universe way of doing it for next session. So that will end our episode of Empire of the Ghouls. Thank you to Brandon, Corey, Dory, Genocider, and Stan for playing. Thank you to all of you who are watching. And of course, thank you to the patrons helping make these sessions happen. Shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer, Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Corey, Co at 1337, Big Nut, John, Chris, Scott, Gene, Eric, Dan, Tyler, Nathan, Camp, Crystal Lake, Counselor, Big Chef, Andrew, and Daryl, and gold patrons RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard, Lion, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fessica, Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Carolyn, and William. Thank you all very much for your support. We'll see you next time. Another episode of Empire of the Ghouls.